Hey, welcome to This Damn House on this 100-degree day. So you may be wondering, why am I standing in front of this recently cleared section of trees instead of over by my Victorian home? We got to provide a little context for the intro that you just saw on the video, which you didn't see, but I already started.
You already started
was
without
me sitting in that chair.
Really?
About 3 months ago.
Oh, geez.
3 months ago, probably.
Well, full confession, we did the first video about a year and a half ago.
2023, we recorded that.
Exactly. So that's been a long time ago. And then life happened. And we were running back and forth to Ohio a lot. More than 20 times in a year. My brother got sick and we were going up a lot. And so now, onto this project.
Yeah.
Years ago, Mom asked if she could move down as she aged. And I said, of course, whenever you want.
And by move down, at the time, she meant just relocate to Virginia near us.
Right. Either in the house or in a house nearby. At the time, there were houses for sale nearby. And we said, of course, of course, of course, you're always welcome here. Well, after my brother passed, she asked again. And she goes, you know what? There might not be much time left for me. I'd like to move down. Your father and I would like to move down. So we said, sure, we'll take you with open arms. And then as we were talking about it on the way home one time, we kind of looked at each other and said, you know, we have 40 acres. Why don't we just build them a little cottage somewhere on the property? And well, that's kind of what you're seeing now. Yeah,
our county allows, and it changed in recent years. They didn't like to put two dwellings on one property, but now they're doing what's called, this is called an accessory dwelling unit. So if the property will support it in size, septic system, water, yada yada, you can do it. You can get permits to build a second dwelling on the property for the purposes of family. So they were accommodating in allowing, us to build a small house on the property where they can have their independence and still be very close, and we can take care of them when they need that.
Right, exactly.
The struggle has been getting started. Oh my gosh.
The struggle has been rain.
Rain, yeah. Stick a shovel in the ground and it starts raining, So,
oh my gosh.
And the permits have been a struggle.
But mostly rain.
Mostly rain.
For a month it rained and rained, and we couldn't get the septic permit because it was raining so much. And then, oh my heavens. And then we had like 4 weeks that were dry, but the contractor was busy elsewhere.
Well, we were waiting for the septic design.
Yeah.
Once they came out and poked 1,000 holes in the ground and had to write up what we're going to do.
Yeah.
They would not issue the permit till that phase was done. So it's kind of like each thing you hand them was like, well, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this.
Yeah.
And we won't look at it until that's all done.
Yeah, we were not going to look at any of it until it's all done. So if we were going to say no somewhere along the way, you've already spent all this time and money to give us everything we needed instead of anyhow. It's just much more of a fiasco than we ever would have imagined, because they're wanting these extra dwellings, garden apartments and things like that. And yet, oh my heavens, they're not making it easy.
Not making it easy.
Let's just say that.
So we've got a little bit of progress videos that we've taken over the past 3 months or so that we'll show you. And we'll show you a little bit what the building's going to look like and describe the floor plan for you, and that'll be our second video. It ain't much, but it's progress. Once again, it's what we can do given
what we can do,
circumstances of life, and now we're moving on again.
Right. And the porches, we'll have intermittent ones between this site happening and what we were able to accomplish during the summer or on the porches and things like that. So you'll see quite a bit, you know. Probably not inside the house though, because right now, Mom and Dad are living in one room. One room is big enough to accommodate a queen-size bed, their TV, 2 recliners, a sofa, and there is an attached bathroom for them for that also. But in order to make that happen, even with a storage shed, there's a lot of stuff.
Well, storage shed
everywhere.
And a rented conditioned storage.
Right, that's true.
One of the pieces of advice we'll give if you're ever moving in-laws down is obviously clear out what you don't have to move first. But then we did what we called micro moves. And we've been up so many times, we've moved them. We rented a trailer one way, 5x10 U-Haul, and fill that up, bring it down. And we did that twice, and so that the final time, it was just another trailer, a 6x12 trailer, in behind the truck. Yeah. And it worked out real well.
But you didn't mention the times Wally loaned us his trailer to bring down the extra cars.
We had two cars we had to bring down, and the third still possibly up there. So we wanted to give you a quick look at the floor plan of the carriage house. We're calling it a carriage house. We started calling it a cottage, but since we don't have a carriage house for the house, we said, well, let's make this the carriage house. So 24 by 36 on a slab, basically 3 rooms, but we got a big open area which is essentially 24 feet square. Living area, the TV is going to be here. They got a big picture window, and then a side entry door to where they will park the car. There'll be a slab adjoining here so they can walk in without any barriers, right?
Yep.
Same level.
Roll in.
And actually, I think this door is actually swinging the other way. I don't know if I corrected that on here.
Yeah, it's swinging the other way
swinging
now.
towards the living room.
Yep.
So that when they walk in with their groceries, they can just walk right in. The kitchen area is an L with the fridge here, sink, windows above the sink, 24-inch dishwasher, 24-inch. I'm sorry, the dishwasher is an 18-inch.
18, yeah.
Yeah, apartment size stove, 24-inch, windows flanking that, and a big pantry cabinet. Now we'll have a pot filler here, something I've always wanted to install, but Heather didn't want in her house, so Grandma said, sure, she'll take a pot filler. So,
well, I mean, that's really for part of being ADA compliant, Americans with Disabilities Act.
Yeah,
that way she won't have to take it clear from here over here. She can just fill it here, scoop out the macaroni, then when it's cold, she can take it over to dump it.
Yeah. So dining table can go here. There's a big picture window directly opposite the front door. The true front doors are double, and we have a vintage pair of, would you call them French-style doors?
No, they're just called half doors. Sometimes they're called half doors.
They're like 22 inches or 24 inches.
Victorian
each.
Gothic.
Yeah.
They're kind of Gothic.
Probably not going to actually use those that much, other than to go out the front and look at the field with the deer. But and the 2 entrances into this part of the house are pocket doors. And there we're repurposing 2 15-light beveled, leaded beveled glass doors that we took out of Heather's dad's mother's house.
In Youngstown,
that was torn down
for a freeway.
Part of a freeway expansion in what's called Briar Hill. If you want to really read some entertaining stuff, Google Briar Hill, and there's Briar Hill style pizza. It's just a very well-known thing in the Youngstown, Ohio area. But pocket doors going into the bath, going into the bedroom. Very generous sized bath. These are, basically 12 by 12, each of these. Vanity, washer dryer in a little nook in the bathroom, 3 by 5 foot shower.
Roll in.
No barrier, just walk right in. And this will all be tile. And then a water closet in its own little alcove here for privacy. That's also accessible from the bedroom with another pocket door. So we created this little bump out, which lets them put a long dresser, or a low boy, I guess you'd call it, in a nook and not take up actual floor space in the bedroom. So,
or it's actually deep enough for a shallow closet too.
Yeah, could make
Either
it a
way.
closet, although we're going to have them use good old Victorian wardrobe cabinets. We've got at least
one there.
maybe 2 that they'll have available. And this part of the house is all vaulted ceiling. We'll show you that in a minute. But anything else we need to go over here? We got a big picture window in the bedroom. We've got 24-inch windows paired in the bathroom and on the end wall of the bedroom that we bought from the Habitat for Humanity Restore. Brand new windows, but never used.
Never used. They were quite tall though.
They're like 2 foot by 7 foot, and $80 a piece.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can't beat that. The rest will be all new windows, but we do have a repurposing these doors. We found a matching door to these 15 light doors at an architectural salvage place in Youngstown, Ohio, and we got a nice exterior door for them, vintage, that is oak also.
Right.
These things are just so heavy, and we're going to incorporate those into the house. So a mix of old and new. So the front elevation, sorry there's no color on this, shows you the picture window in the living room, the double entry, picture window, this will be in the bedroom, an archtop window in the gable, and there are also archtop windows on the ends. Very steep gable pitch of approximately 18-12 and a 12-12 pitch on the main roof, and a cupola at the top.
To kind of go with the carriage house theme.
Yeah, and the cupola will have a copper roof. This cupola is going to be built by my son, and he's going to complete the cupola at the exact same time to drop it into place with a crane when we're ready for it.
Well, hopefully ahead of time.
Yeah.
Hopefully ahead of time.
Standing seam metal roof, the prefab kind, not the kind you form in place, but I think it's called snap lock, and then a board-and-batten metal siding on the lower part of the house.
And we haven't decided on color yet, so this will be some variation of gray to kind of reflect the slate color. We haven't decided whether we're going to go with a green down here or with a red. I've used both in the exterior of the house, so I haven't really decided yet.
It's got to be red. It's got to be barn red.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not saying that.
And then the side that you would be coming into from the kitchen, this window is over the kitchen sink, and the 36-inch side door, and that shows you how we have a gable. There's one of these at each end of the house. And then this gable, this is the front gable pointing forward. The back, we could make a symmetrical gable on the back, and that would be called a cross gable roof, but nobody would ever see it because this side faces the woods.
Right. The way it's tucked in, there's no point. It just seemed like a waste of money.
Waste of money, waste of time.
Yep.
And just show you how the interior is going to be, this is a section through the house, through the kitchen living area. So we're going to have 9.5 foot side walls, and then the vaulted ceiling with a flat here at the top, and it's 18 feet 2.5 inches from the floor to the top of the ceiling. So
well, you need to talk about too how we're going to vent that.
Yeah,
and recycle too.
the cupola will sit on top of this, and it is open to the vault. So you will get some light in from the cupola windows, and the cupola will have an internal vent that you can open via remote control, or we can make it actually temperature controlled.
We'll do it temperature controlled, yeah.
To where the hot air in the house can go up and out the cupola. That was a fairly common technique back in the day before air conditioning, to draw heat out of a house, because if you ever get into a room or a building that's tall enough, there is a noticeable temperature difference from the floor to the ceiling. I know in the metal shop building.
And they used to do that. The further south you go, the taller the walls.
Taller the walls are, because you let the heat pile up against your 12-foot ceiling, and you don't feel it as much down at the 5-foot level where everybody was.
Didn't you call it gravity fed somehow with Mindy's house? Remember how they were heating and cooling that house?
Oh, they had that
old Victorian
gravity furnace.
Okay.
Yeah, the old furnaces were called gravity furnaces. They would just create hot air, and the hot air would rise up through the ducts into the house, and then there would be floor registers in the older homes where it just was was open. A wooden grating. A lot of times that you could look down through into the basement, and the cold air would drop down into the basement to go back to the furnace and up. Another circuit. No fans, no electricity.
That's kind of how the cupola is going to work.
Just shovel the coal into the furnace and heat your home. So that's what we're building, and this is all packed full of insulation in the vault. It's going to be like R68. All the exterior walls are 2x6 minimum for insulating values, and the floor slab is going to be heated with hot water in heating tubes all through the slab. So it should be a nice, comfortable temperature for. I know old people like warm floors, so I'm old. I like them.
Well, I don't know. We came up with 24 by 36 because that was the basic first floor of their house. And then they had a huge center section that had the staircase. So basically, we've reoriented things a little bit from the current house that they sold, took out that big monstrosity of the staircase in the center and opened things up.
Yeah, they have essentially the same footprint as their first floor, but without any wasted space.
Right.
So we're a little bit stalled. Billy even had to go and dig a trench at the back corner there, and he just dug it, followed the grade back, and that is keeping the foundation drained. But all this has to be cleaned out down to solid ground when we do the pour. So we have to get the soft ground out of here, get the rough end plumbing taken care of, and then gravel, then insulation, then we've got the wire mesh panels. We will resume this as weather permits. Our foundation guy, Billy's got the elevation of the slab there marked on the cinder block at the top of the 2x4s. And that's basically 7 inches, so 1 inch above the minimum. And it will get progressively more and more out of the ground as we go to the back. There it is on that block there, pencil mark. And then as we get to the back corner, this is the lowest point of the ground. So the mark on those blocks. It's on that second block there, probably close to 20 inches out of the ground at this point. We are rolling on forms. So that is one tall, well, obviously a lot of that's going to be buried, but that is the height of the outer edge of the concrete. It's every bit of 30, maybe 36 inches. Because we've had to muck out mud from the bottom of this on a couple of occasions, and that just increases the depth by an inch or two each time. And he's braced our corner here, our back corner, into a 90. And we've got the back wall, all 36 feet, all the way to this corner. Oh well. So
it's nice. They're here. I'm loving it. It's been great. It's been good for my dad. It's been good for mom. I think it's really a good move, and I think they're happy. Even the dog's happy.
Even the dog's happy.
Even the dogs. With all those cats, even the dog's happy.
Even Goose is happy.
Yeah. Even Goose is happy. All right. So thank you for staying with us. Bye. So were you properly trained in operating this elevator?
Yeah.
Or are you just self-trained?
I had to take the class and everything.
Really?
No. This is above the bank ceiling.
Okay.
Those two return and supply on 3.
Okay, yeah.
This is all the air exchange. It throws it down the walls, and it comes out on the floor level, and it shoots up into the ceiling.
Okay.
Watch your head right here.
Yep.
This freezes up all the time because they're too close. There's two of these here. Somehow I gotta solve spreading them out.
Can you put insulation between them? Well, they got a tube tying them together.
I don't think you put. I mean, in there it freezes, where I can't get to it.
Gotcha.
And they're too close because it's just,
Yeah.
they're just too close to each other.